Hola and welcome to CA Languages. Today we're looking at part 2 of the food in Spain. In the food in Spain part 1, I showed you when people eat in Spain. Now it's time for the best part, the food itself. Before I start going through a few of the main dishes that you have to try, I would like to explain how the Spanish and Catalan food is not as strange as the food in the UK or other countries. You should not be afraid of the food there. It's all the same, but with different names. There's meat, there's beef, chicken, pork, duck, lamb. There's fish, cod, tuna, salmon, prawns. There's pasta, rice, bread. Yes, there is also those random stuff, but what country doesn't have some bizarre food? For example, here in the UK, there's the black pudding. You will not find anything strange over there, just different names for the food you already eat. So let's start with the list of dishes I think you should definitely try. There will also be some Catalan dishes for those who want to try the true Catalan way. First, let's start with paella. Everybody who goes to Spain or thinks about Spain, they will think of two main dishes, and one of them is paella. And I know what you might think. Oh, rice, meat, squid, prawns all together? Well, that's not always the case. Paella was created in Valencia, but now you can find it all around Spain with loads of varieties. You can find Paella de Carne, which is basically rice and paella. Paella de Marisco, which is rice and seafood. Paella Mixta, which is the meat and seafood together. Then there's Paella Negra. Now this one is made like the Marisco one, but they use the ink of an octopus or squid to give it that particular black colour and extra taste. Next, there's the Paella Blanca, mainly found in the west side of Andalusia, and it has ham and salami. Paella Vegetariana, like the name says, is rice and vegetables. Paella Bogavante. Now this one's found mainly in parts of Huelva and normally only has lobster on it. Paella con Magro a la Cerveza. Now this one is quite hard to find, but it contains pork rather than chicken and rabbit, and it has a different texture and flavour thanks to the beer that they use. And finally, paella to your liking. Yes, paella can be done in a way that you want. It doesn't have to have the things you don't like. So why is paella so good, and why doesn't it taste like just normal meat and rice? Well, it's done by slow cooking and starting with raw rice, water and spices. Everything gets cooked together, mixing all the ingredients so the rice absorbs the flavour. Next on the list is the second dish that people think when going to Spain, and that is tapas. Now what are tapas? They're small plates of a variety of food to snack on. The nice thing about them is that you can try different dishes all for one price, from small sandwiches to omelettes and other things. Here's a quick list of tapas you can find in bars and restaurants, and they're mainly eaten during midday, where you need the extra energy but you don't want to fall asleep after eating a big meal. One of the main tapas is tortilla de patatas. It's a traditional Spanish omelette which can be found also in a sandwich. Next, boquerones en vinagre, mainly found in Andalusia, which are anchovies in vinegar. This is done by keeping the anchovies in vinegar for around 6 hours, which will change the colour from brown to white. The next tapa is calamares a la Romana, squid which is cut and fried, and they normally look like onion rings. Now one thing about this dish is if you see it being properly covered by batter and too perfect, they are frozen. The food calamares a la Romana look like the picture above. The next dish that you can find in tapas is croquetas. Now this is a really popular dish for kids as the croquetas do taste really good. This dish is actually French, but is now widely common around Spain. Think of bechamel mixed with ham, chicken or cheese and covered with breadcrumbs and fried. You can't really go wrong with that. Next, we've got ensaladilla rusa. Similar to a cold potato salad, and different regions in Spain will have their own different ingredients added to it, such as tuna, peppers, or chicken. Another common dish in tapas is gambas al ajillo. Extremely easy dish of shrimps with garlic and olive oil. Most of the times they will add some spice to make it a little bit spicier. Now this is another dish that you can find with tapas or on its own. It's gazpacho. This is a cold soup made with raw ingredients such as tomatoes, cucumbers, bell peppers, green onions and garlic. Of course, going to Spain, you can't miss jamón ibérico. That's nice sliced cured ham, normally served on a plate with some side of bread. Next, we've got patatas bravas. Potatoes cut into cubes and fried, normally served with a sauce called alioli. Finally, something you will find around Spain, but mainly in Catalonia, is pa amb tomàquet. Slightly toasted bread with tomato sauce and olive oil. Okay, so those are the main dishes. How about some dessert? Tarta de Santiago, which is a room temperature almond cake, is always nice after a nice meal. You also have Tarta de Queso, which is cheesecake. It's a bit different from what you might be used to. It's light, fluffy, and sometimes it doesn't have a crust. If you like some pastry, Miguelitos are tall, square, fluffy filo-like dough filled with chocolate, and it's impossible to just have one. Now there's also Crema Catalana, a custard dessert very popular in Catalonia. Creamy egg yolk custard is topped with sugar that is then torched to a crisp. Now finally we need a nice drink, sangria. The refreshing drink perfect for summer evenings when you want something refreshing but also a bit of a wine kick. Who doesn't like to mix red wine with fresh fruit juice? You can also find sangria made with white wine and rosé wine. Now there's a lot of dishes I have left without explaining, but these are the main ones that everybody knows when going to Spain. If you feel that you need help with some of the other dishes and some explanation, just head to the description of this channel and contact me through Facebook. I hope I didn't make you hungry. If you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and don't forget to press that little bell so you know when the next video comes out.